Hi, welcome to the Art of a Salesforce demo. My name's Jared Kingston, and I'm the Solution Engineering Leader with IBM. And I'm super excited to walk you through my lessons learned from giving demos over the past many years. Now, as we get started with this presentation, we'd be remiss not to start it with a forward-looking statement slide. So again, make your buying decisions based upon currently available technology and not what's to come. Let's jump into our agenda for this session. We're going to walk through just some introductory information, and then I'm going to jump into what I've classified as some demo types for you to think through. And then from there, we're going to really dive into the art of the demo and how you should really prep your demonstrations. And then certainly, if you have any questions, please post them within this recording, and we will do our best to get back to you. So for some introductory information and truly a day in the life of a solution engineer, right? This really starts with our demo prep and builds. We have to do some discovery work with the customer, understand their pain points, what are they trying to accomplish? And then from there, we can really move into our demo approach, right? What are we looking to demo? How are we going to create a compelling story? What are the capabilities we need to show? And then our demo build out, right? We're going to start to really build out the functionality of our demo within our demo environment. And then from there, we can really start to craft the presentation layer of this demo. What are the personas we're going to cover? What are what's the story that we're going to bring to life for our customer, whether that's internal or external? Then we really need to prep the presentation. And we're going to dive into these subjects here. But again, this is where we're prepping our run-throughs and how we're going to really lay out the story with our persona and the capabilities we're looking to show. And then it's game time with our demo presentation. So this is a day in the life, right? This is what I'm doing day in and day out, and I'm looking forward to walking through these areas with you. But before we really dive in here, I just want to quickly cover and acknowledge that there's multiple different types of demos that you're going to give, whether you're an admin or a consultant or an architect, whatever that may be. You have different types of demos that you're going to give. The first of those, and I've really limited this down. I'm sure we could add more here, but I've really kind of given us two here that we're going to focus in on. The first of those is a sprint demo, right? So if I'm a consultant or a developer internally or an admin, these are things, right, where they're feature function focused, right? I've been building for 2 to 3 weeks, and here is that functionality that I've built. It's, typically around your stories and your epics. It's identified around specific requirements, and it's typically to business and technical stakeholders, right? You may have some executives in some of those. Now, the other type of demo, and the one we're really going to focus in on today, is a more solution-oriented demo, right? This is where we're going to focus in on the use cases that we're trying to hit here. Typically, we're driving through more personas and telling more of a story. This also is going to have maybe some more art of the possible functionality in here, right? So maybe some mocked up functionality. And then this is where, again, it can vary audience-wise, and a lot of times this may be more so focused on the business side, or sometimes it may be a little bit more technical, or we could have a combination of executives and business and technical in the room. But again, this is the one we're really going to talk about when we talk art of the Salesforce demo. So let's dive in here, and we've really broken this out into 3 steps. The first of those is prep, and this is where we're going to dive into discovery and audience. So let's talk about prep. Well, the first thing we have to do when we are prepping our demo is we have to do some customer discovery. Now, again, Whether you are a consultant or admin, this could be an external customer you're working with or your internal stakeholders. So here's where we need to first and foremost understand the customer needs and their solution requirements. By doing this, right, this is going to help us really determine that demo purpose, right? Are we looking to solve a current pain point that they have with existing functionality? Or are we looking to create a new solution idea, right? A business area that, hey, we don't have a solution for this. We need a solution to solve for this problem we're having. And by determining that demo purpose, now we can shift into mapping out our key use cases, or what I like to call demo highlights, right? We can create these demo highlights and start to align them to business impact areas. This is going to really help you when you get into the build mode, right? To make sure that you are aligning the capabilities and use cases that you show to impact areas. So as you're talking through the demo, you are telling the business how this is going to make their life better, right? Because that's ultimately what they are looking to hear. Next, within the demo prep, right, we have to get to know our audience, right? Who are the business users? Who are the administrators, the developers, the executives that we're going to be presenting to here? And furthermore, from a business user perspective, right, we need to understand what their life is like within this solution we're building, right? Whether it's existing or new, we need to really understand that so that we can move into building out our personas and our storylines, because we want our personas to be something that the audience can truly identify with, right? That they can connect emotionally with when we start to present our demonstration. And then we want to write out a storyline, right? We've all been through demos that have been a little bland, right? And maybe just walk through functionality. Those don't really hit home when you're delivering. What hits home is when you can tell a story about how a persona's life has changed through this demonstration. So we want to create those personas that align with our audience and write out a storyline that we can use to demonstrate our solution. Now we've prepped everything, right? Onto some hands-on keyboard. We need to start to build this stuff out. So how are we going to do that? Well, let's take a look. The first thing we want to do, right, before we just jump in and start building things, what I always find useful is by mapping out key use cases to the features we need to build, right? This is going to help us stay focused because we all know there's a lot of functionality within Salesforce. And if we just jump in, we're going to lose focus and build out things that may not be as impactful for our demo. So we want to take those use cases that we identified, those demo highlights, and we want to start to map those out to, hey, here's the areas we need to build, right? We need to build a service console, and we need to build a layout for the agent within that console. Those are the things we want to map out so that we can stay focused when we go to build. And then from there, right, we really want to map out the demo flow. And this is where you bring in that storyline you're looking to tell, right? How am I going to navigate through the solution and tell that story at the same time? And I cannot say this enough. Seriously, you're going to want to write it out. It's not enough to simply, put it on a mural board or digitally. I truly think it is helpful to get out the old-fashioned pen and paper and write this process out. This is going to help you not only memorize and get a better feel for what you're going to do from a demo perspective, but this is something as you continue to iterate on it, you can actually use it when you go through your actual demo. Now we've mapped out the demo flow. Now we got to get to building, right? So the first thing we're going to do, right, after we've started to build our functionality, after we've built that out, we want to create demo data and we want to preload as much as we can. This is going to save time with, some of those things, right? Like loading pages and whatnot. We want to only create the data that's necessary in the solution demo, right? We don't want to be creating a bunch of unnecessary data that doesn't align with the storyline that we're trying to tell here. So create as much demo data as possible, preload what you can ahead of time, and then let's make this thing look nice, right? We want to update branding and clean up page layouts. We don't want to show lopsided page layouts with a bunch of fields that look unorganized. We want to really focus in and make that look nice for our audience. And then, another one that is so important here. I don't care if you've been demoing for 1 year or 10 years. Dry run. Your presentation from a demo perspective will only be as effective as how much you've dry runned. If you're trying to pull it out on the fly, best of luck to you, but you're going to be more effective if you dry run with a colleague, right? Allow them to play the customer's part and give you feedback. That's going to help you clean up your storyline and make sure that your persona is hitting home there. All right, we've prepped it, we've built it. Now we're on to the presentation stage where we need to get ready to present this. So the first thing we got to do, right, is pregame. And this is where there's a couple different steps here that I find highly crucial. The first of those is creating our demo setup slides. Now, you may be thinking, hey, we're talking about demos, not slides. Yeah, we are. But the crucial thing you want to do, right, is provide an outline and some persona slides with key highlights so that your audience knows where you're going with the demo. Honestly, there's nothing worse from a demo perspective than when you just jump in and start demoing, right? Because then your audience isn't sure what you're going to show. It's going to leave them wondering. By giving this demo outline and persona slide, you allow them to be at ease of what they're going to see within the demo. Then I highly recommend you setting up a separate Chrome profile. This helps you clean up apps, any personal bookmarks, all of that. It just makes a nice, clean environment to demo out of. And then you need to prepare for the setting, right? Are you virtual? Are you in person, right? Is there kind of a hybrid where you have some people in the room, but you're also presenting virtually? That certainly can create some trickiness, right? Because you're presenting within, say, Zoom or WebEx on your laptop, but you're also presenting in the room. So you just need to prepare for that. Make sure you're ready window-wise, and you're prepped for that scenario. Now, when I talk about the demo personas, I think it's important here to just show you some sample demo personas. Depending upon your audience, you may create something very elaborate, or it can be as easy as this, right? Let's highlight the 3 key personas we're going to be walking through, and these are the key capabilities we're going to show. Now, you notice that when I'm listing capabilities, I'm not listing functionality necessarily, right? I'm talking about impactful capabilities and use cases that are going to help this persona. So this is just one example that you can use as you build out your persona slides to set up your demonstrations. And I always say, don't be afraid to make them fun, right? Bring some fun, bring your personality into these personas. All right, now we're at game time, right? It's demo presentation time. We need to get ready to really present this thing. So we're going to prepare our environment, right? We want to turn off notifications, quit those messaging apps. Don't just silence them, quit them, and get logged in, right? People understand how to log in. So unless you're showing, SSO, things like that, we don't need to show that. So let's get logged in, be prepared to demo this. We also want to set expectations before diving in. I always like to ask for collaboration and note that, hey, I'm going to pause throughout the demo for you to ask questions along the way. However you're planning to present that, I always think it's best to set those expectations right up front so you don't have people jumping in and kind of knocking you off your demo flow, if you will. And then be yourself and bring that energy. I think all of us have had those demos where we, haven't had the energy, or maybe we're sitting in a demo and it just doesn't feel very energetic. Bring it, right? Like, don't be afraid to be yourself. Show excitement that you have for the solution you've prepared. And that, I think, that helps you avoid those buzzwords and some of the marketing jargon, right? We're looking for authenticity and not, marketing speak, if you will. So bring that energy and be yourself. So with that, we have done the art of the Salesforce demo, and I'm really appreciative of your time watching this recording. Certainly, if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to me, and happy demoing.
Thank you for watching. We would love to get your opinion on this content, so please leave us some feedback on the comments section below. If you did like this content, give that like button a tap, and of course, if you want to see more videos like this, subscribe to the Salesforce Admin's YouTube channel. If you want to learn more about being a Salesforce admin in general, head on over to admin.salesforce.com. Thanks again.